Be the queen that you need to be. I'm going to tell you how. Hey everybody, this is Leslie Casey Blake. Thank you for coming back to another edition of 50 and Unfiltered Little Bytes, where we help you with solutions, problems, self-help to guide you through this journey we call life. How you guys doing out there? As you can see, I have some of my decorations up. You know, I'm a little early, but it's okay. Sometimes you need some boost to your life, to, you know, what we're going through in this pandemic. So I just wanted to kind of get into the holiday spirit already. And I think during this time, you know, we talk about relationships and how we're supposed to be. I know we're going to probably have a segment on family relationships and how to deal with the holidays and all that fun stuff. But today we're going to talk about the queen that you are and how do you maintain the respect in the relationship. Whether you're dating, whether you're married, hey, it don't matter. You know, you can still sometimes lose the respect of a partner because of not focusing in on the right things and not being aware of yourself and knowing what you want out of that relationship. And again, I talk about these things based on my experiences, how I was able to overcome some of those struggles in my own life. So I feel like I'm helping you. We're going to talk about how to gain respect in a relationship. So, you know, one of the things I feel like we need to do is define what you want in a relationship, or what type of person that you want in a relationship. Do you want somebody who's really loving? You want a hugger? You want somebody who just gets the job done? You have to define what you want out of that relationship and know that that's the type of person that you want. When I say that, that means if you got somebody that's not a hugger and you like somebody who is a hugger, you might need to kind of work out some agreements, or you might have to work out some changes because those are things that you want, you know, and that is something that you have to always talk to your partner about. So that's one thing. One thing is defining the relationship. Once you define that relationship, there's going to be periods in a relationship where, you know, you have to talk things out, work things out, right? So I think communication is the big thing. If you're feeling some type of way, you need to communicate that. I know that there were times if I did communicate something, I was very timid because I felt like, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to be saying this. Maybe I'm not supposed to be sharing this. Girl, you better share it and you better mean it when you say it. If you feel like I don't like something, say it. Now, when you communicate, don't do it when you're angry. I think that's the worst time because you know what? That's not going to get through because all they're going to hear is blah, 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 you have to be able to communicate to your partner in a way that they're going to be able to understand. And it have to be in a calm manner. And it has to be in a voice that's calming. And not demeaning. So you need to make sure that when you have that communication with your partner, you would say, you know, the other day I felt like this, and I really didn't like that. And I know that you might not think you were doing this, but I perceived it as this, right? That's what you have to do. I know it sounds so, but you know what? I've gotten a lot of support from my husband when I talk to him that way. When I'm yelling and screaming, and I admit I can be a yeller. My husband's the calm one, and you know most men are. You know they're very calm. You've got a few, but I'm out there. I'm like, and I had to learn that that's not always working because they're not hearing it. They're upset. They're frustrated. They're this. So you have to be able to do that. And that's you're going to get a much better result from your partner if you come across that way. And every relationship has to establish boundaries. You have to establish boundaries, things that you are not going to accept from your partner. I know, things change. Like say for instance, you have children, and say, your husband wants to go out with the fellas, on their beer run. He ain't gonna be able to do that all the time because he has responsibilities at home, and he's going to have to take up those responsibilities, and he has to be responsible for those responsibilities. So you, as a partner, you need to let him know, hey, this is how things have to be in order for our family to function correctly and healthy, right? Or if you're in a relationship and you think that money, because money can ruin some relationships. You need to talk about money. This is how we're going to spend this on this. This is how much we'll have to do, fun stuff. You have to have those conversations with your partner. If you don't, you're going to find out that is going to be a pitfall. And I tell you, money can be, unfortunately, the root of all evil. Got to establish that, especially with money. But not just money, just anything that you feel that you need to address. You need to do that. Hey, we need to set these boundaries. Now, it's not that you're telling, him what to do, or you're telling him it got to be my way or the highway. I mean, when you're talking about establishing, that means you are collaborating. You're having, you're talking together to come to an agreement. So if you let somebody just do whatever, they're going to walk all over you. And that's just a human, natural thing. If you give them, they say you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. That's what's going to happen. And that is something that you do not want to happen. You do not. And sometimes we get lax once we get into long-term relationships, whether you're with a boyfriend or even marriage. You get into a rut sometimes, and you sometimes let things go, and then you blow up when you didn't had enough. So instead of doing all that, get to the point right away. You gotta do that. So establish those boundaries, okay, guys? One of the things I feel that sometimes women will make the mistake of just being there for their partner. And when I say being there, they know what time you're getting home. They know what time you work. They know the day you're going to go out with the girls. And they know you're going to do crocheting class at this time. And that's fine because you want to establish that. But you have to make sure that you're doing things that are independent, and that you also got to show that you're strong. You got to show that, hey, yeah, I'm going crocheting and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that with my girlfriends. But I'm still there for you, but I am going to have my independent life, And if you have children, you definitely want to split up that time of being independent along with caring for your children. So you definitely want to show that strength. That yes, if something, if say like a husband feels like maybe, or a boyfriend feel like he want to stray, he gonna look at this chick and wonder why she's not acting a certain way, because you showing your independence. You showing how you will be strong no matter what, whether he's there or not. And you're gonna be doing your activities, and you're gonna be, you can know what time I'm doing all that stuff, but just know that I'm an independent individual. Okay, just to show we have our own identity as we go into relationships, because sometimes, yet again, we get consumed into the relationship, and I totally understand it. And sometimes we just get, again, that word, you get into a rut, but you've got to make sure that you're not there, because again, sometimes you get in a rut and you're not showing that independence. Again, give them an inch, take a mile, and then you're feeling some type of way. So you definitely want to establish that early. The last thing I feel like, earning that respect from your partner is knowing that you guys are a team. You are here to work together. No one's better than the other. No one's, supporting the other, to get to where we are. What's mine is his, what's his is mine. We are a team. There was no, you got that and I don't care and I got this and whatever. No, you're a team. And they have to know that. And they got to know that if something's wrong with the team, you can't go forward. You got to make sure that that person knows, hey, this is how things have to be in order for us to work together and for us to be successful together. Because if you don't do that, you know, there's a lot of problems that can exist there. So we just got to try to do that and be able to, you know, share in the good moments and be able to know that, hey, we got this. And even in the bad moments, we got this. So all in all, I feel like the big thing about gaining that respect and being that queen is really talking to your partner and really communicating and really establishing things that are in your lives. And so that way, it'll lessen a lot of arguments. It'll lessen a lot of resentment. And it'll make you happy. And it, as I always say, you'll be at peace. Because it's okay to talk. It is okay to vent. As long as you do it the right way. All right, guys. If you like what you see and hear, please click and subscribe. Comment below. All right? Because I definitely want to hear your comments about this particular Lyttle Bytes. Again, I was not able to get on Monday, but I'm going to be back on track. I just wanted to let you know I was working with my wonderful decorations for the holidays, okay? All right, guys. So again, take care of yourselves. Know that you're a queen. And I'll see you real soon.